got marijuana in your brain, right? So what does being stoned look like? Red eyes, munchy, sleepy, slow motion. What else? What else does it look like? Itching?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What about you? Yes, Damien.
Confusion.
Confusion, yeah. What else?
Can't really process your thought process. You can't think straight. It's like your eyes will be more shut, so you can't really see much.
Okay.
Your brain will be kind of scattered. It's kind of like you can't focus well. You'll be kind of, like it's that slow motion. You can't really think. Your body will feel slower.
Yeah.
You can feel every small movement.
Yeah.
You guys are forgetting the munchies.
I put munchies on there.
Oh.
I did. I put munchies on there. What do you think? He got them all?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. What else, Damien?
It's only 'cause we
Also
smoke
being really,
Yeah,
really
no.
awkwardly kind.
Awkwardly kind. You're extra friendly when you're stoned? All right. So, what are the effects on the brain, right? So, those were what we talked about were some brain effects and also some physical effects, right?
Mm.
So, smoking marijuana affects the I can never say it, hypothalamus. There you go, right? Which means that's where the munchies come into play, right? It also affects your ventral striatum, which is your epiphoria and your relaxation part. But here's what really interests me is it affects your amygdala. That plays into your anxiety, so you get really anxious, huh?
What's an amygdala?
The amygdala, it is about that big in your brain, and it regulates, what is it?
All your emotions.
Yes, it's your
it controls all of your emotions and how you feel. It like makes it to where when you're angry or when you're sad or anything like that, it's your amygdala that's telling you. It's like it's when you're. Have you heard of what is it?
Fight, flight, freeze.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
It's
He
like
knows
that.
about that.
Your fight or flight syndrome.
Yeah.
I
So that's
normally
what
go to
controls that.
fights.
So it's like
He went to fight.
because it's like your brain. If anything's happening, it's your amygdala that's telling you what to do.
Mhm.
So it's what controls your emotions.
And then we got the neurocortex, which is where your sensories are, right?
Yeah.
And then the hippocampus. What's that one about?
Compared to any.
Oh yeah, you can read. Yay!
Wow.
The hippocampus,
I
and
guess
then
I'm not dyslexic.
I am sometimes.
And
And then there's the cerebellum, and that's where your motor skills are.
Cerebellum.
Cerebellum. That's where your motor skills are. I'm messing it all up. All right. So we kind of got a good idea of what
Cerebellum.
parts of the brain are mostly affected, right?
Cerebellum.
Cerebellum.
So here is where the fun part comes in,
What's fun?
right? This is kind of a correlation to your brain. If your parents walked into that room, what would they tell you to do?
Clean it.
Clean
Oh, no,
it?
no,
Clean
that
it.
would kill me.
Yeah. They tell you to clean it, right?
That's
Right?
equivalent to a dump.
It is equivalent to a dump, right? Yeah. They
mess
tell
with
you to clean it,
equivalents.
right?
How do you mess with equivalent?
So-
What?
So, do you see if it didn't tell you what was going on with these molecules, could you tell much of a difference between them?
Yeah. Drug.
You can.
Good.
Easily.
So, you might be able to, but your body really can't tell the difference, right? Your body naturally produces anetidium. I can't pronounce it either. Can you say that one?
Anatomy.
No?
No. Yeah, that's
Jimmy?
anatomy.
Uh-huh.
Anatomy.
Yeah.
No, anandamide. It's a chemical your body naturally
Oh,
produces. Okay? So, realistically, your brain can't tell the difference between what your body naturally produces and the THC molecule, right?
Mhm.
So when you smoke pot or smoke weed, right?
Because they're so similar to each other, your body can't tell the difference.
Yes. So what happens with your pathways, right?
Mhm.
Your neural pathways is the THC molecule will replace the molecule that your body naturally produces, right? So the picture on top is what a healthy brain looks like, and all the different colors are your neural pathways, right? So along the bottom are prolonged marijuana use. Can you tell the difference between the neural pathways? Yes, Damien.
The red one is kind of growing.
It's kind of splotty, just
Yeah.
kind of all over the
No,
place.
it's growing slowly. you can see because in the first one it's orange and then it goes a little red and it shrinks, but then in the last one it's really bright red and then it's all big and it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And then
That's a good kindergarten project.
Well, it looks kind of messy down there, huh?
Looks like your everyday project.
Exactly.
Be nice.
Dang, bro.
But that's what happens, right? So your brain will place the THC molecule in your neural pathways versus what your body naturally produces, right? So when your brain cleans its room, right? Oops, I didn't mean to go to this one yet. Anyway, when the brain cleans its room, it's eliminating some of those neural pathways which you need, right? So what does prolonged marijuana use look like? What would that have? What kind of effects would that have on your brain?
You wouldn't be as effective to it. It wouldn't like affect your brain as much. Like if you, so are you asking what it looks like when you use it for a certain, like longer time?
Yeah, what happens when you use it for prolonged periods of time?
You get addicted
Well,
to it.
Oh yeah,
Well,
well
yeah,
yeah, you could get addicted to it.
But like you would need heavier doses of it because your brain gets used to it and
Yeah.
it doesn't feel very effective.
Yeah, that'd be tolerance.
Yes.
Okay, so
I couldn't think of the word.
you're good. It affects your memory, right? So it affects your memory extensively, right? And right now, all of your neural pathways are being formed.
Yeah.
Right? So because of that, in introducing the marijuana into your body, into your brain, right?
Mm.
It's when your brain goes to clean your room, it's wiping away some of those neural pathways that you need, right?
Mhm.
It also causes, so I talked about eliminating neural pathways. It also causes difficulty in retaining new information, right? Because it just kind of goes, it's not working right, right? So that means it's that much harder for you guys to learn new skills and how to focus and maintain your focus on things, right? And over prolonged periods of time, some of your motor skills decrease. So you lose that mobility, right? And it's interesting because adults will smoke marijuana because it calms their anxiety, right?
Yeah.
But with adolescents, it's the complete opposite. It heightens it. And it also brings on paranoia as well.
What's paranoia?
Paranoia?
Where you're like paranoid all the time, where you're like really anxious and jumpy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so neat.
It's like when you do something bad and you feel like you're gonna get caught.
Because it's your guilty
And then you
conscience.
lie about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. All right, do you guys have
I
any
will
more
not
questions
get
for me?
caught kidnapping someone.
Kidnapping? What?
I will not get caught kidnapping. So,
Oh my! We just
God,
went
God,
off the rails.
alright.
Oh, tell them what your
No,
band
hey.
state.
You guys have any other questions for me?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Why is chicken nuggets?